Welcome back to the broadcast, and it is at that point where I had mentioned earlier that we'll be discussing, just how best you can make sure that your car, and I want us to be a little bit very specific, or your cars are, secured. Vehicles today are prime targets for theft and criminal enterprise. Well, we have seen thieves looking around for vulnerable spots where they can go and easily steal these vehicles. How many times have you probably gone into your WhatsApp groups and someone says, if you've seen this vehicle number this, kindly let us know, kindly report, because then you wake up in the morning, in these prone spots, and you realize that something is amiss. Your vehicle is not where you parked it. Even in broad daylight, you have gone into a building, you have parked your vehicle somewhere down, you come back and you're like busy telling people, I left it just here. It is getting worse by the day, and therefore we say it is important that we have this addressed. Fortunately, drivers can take measures to protect their valuable stuff in their vehicles, and most importantly also the vehicles themselves, and that is why we're saying we should be having this conversation. We could be thinking of numerous ways of doing this, shut-offs, fuel line, locks and all this, but this can never be enough. And that's why the introduction of car tracking processes, was brought on board. And so we get into that conversation where we speak of car tracking and vehicle security, which is crucial at this point. Joining us for that conversation is Joseph Muongi, who's the founder, Finatrack Global Limited. Good to have you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Asante sana for creating time. Sometimes it's rocket science when we're thinking about car tracking. Sometimes it's fear of the unknown. Sometimes it looks like it's, an expensive affair. But you're always told, what, it could be expensive now, but then you'll have saved yourself a great deal.
Yeah.
And I know you agree with me. But on numerous occasions we've had these cases, gari na ibo, kwanza nasikia the likes of Toyota ni mbaya sana. Before you know it, you'll never see it on the road. Maybe they'll go and get spare parts out of this particular car, and they decide to sell it left, right and center. And there you go. You have to go back to square one.
True.
So when we're talking about vehicle tracking, it's pretty much important that then we know the specialist on board, and we just know the right way of getting this right. Karibu sana.
Thanks so much.
Briefly, first of all, you tell us something small about your entity and what it is that you do extensively before we get now to understanding the importance of having car tracks.
Okay. So Finatrack Global Limited is a licensed provider of GPS tracking and fleet management solutions in Kenya. So we are basically licensed by the Communication Authority of Kenya to offer these particular services.
Speaking of GPS, why am I saying GPS? GPS, just exactly. What is this? Because you see there are other people who are now getting into buying a car. Maybe it's your first car. Maybe you're getting into the industry of doing something, and definitely vehicles are very, very important. So like your green, just exactly what is GPS?
So basically GPS stands for Global Positioning System. By Global Positioning System, we install a device in your car, which we call the GPS receiver.
Right.
So once this device is in your car, it receives information about the location of your vehicle, the speed, and also the time.
Okay.
So for that information, we receive it from the satellites. So at any given point in time, the receiver receives signals for about 4 satellites, which are constantly rotating. Once we get this information in the device, we transmit it now to our servers through a telecommunication device, whereby we've partnered with Safaricom for this. And once it's in our servers, you can access this information through a mobile phone application or on your computer through the browser.
What forms are available? I'd want to imagine, is there one that is real time? At what point then you say, okay, well, I can track all this information. Maybe your car has disappeared in the middle of the night, so you have to wake up, maybe wait for 2-3 days before you are able to access this information.
No, like for us, for our system, it's real time. So you can get real-time information and also historic information.
Okay.
So by real-time information, immediately you log in to your account in your phone or the app. You're able to see the real-time where the vehicle is right now, if it's stopped, and if it's moving, at what speed it's moving. You can also track up to 30 days historically where the vehicle has been, where it stopped, and for how long it stopped there. And then we also give them additional control measures. So through the phone, you can also switch off the vehicle and disable the ignition key completely. Yeah.
And so if someone has stolen it, they are not able to move around.
Yeah, they can't move around.
At what point, okay, well, say you have parked at night, definitely you switched off the car.
Yes.
And before you know it, it's out. So on this very note, if the car is switched off, you'll still be able to access this information?
Yeah, you'll still be able to access it. And we also give people additional benefits, such as real-time alerts.
Okay.
So you can set your an alert, which is optional. You can do it by yourself. And say, in the event my vehicle is switched on, I need to be alerted. So the app will prompt you. Immediately the vehicle is switched on, it will beep. It will send you a prompt alert. And from there now you can choose. Do you want to switch it off, or do you want to track it?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So in this case, then it means you have to have an extra gadget, say your phone, your laptop, or your computer to monitor this?
To control this. Yes.
And control.
Yeah. And you can also be able to receive SMS alerts if you want. If you don't have the app on your phone, and you can get these prompts through text messages. Yes.
All right. So that means previously, before, and all that. Are there arrangements that in the sense of, the packages that you offer that will say, okay, this much you can get history, this much you can only get real time, or one gets into this, then it's a whole package incorporated?
For us, we give them the whole package.
Okay.
Because we believe it's about value. So if we deny you some key benefits, you won't really enjoy the true value of this. So we prefer giving it off at a one-off fee, so the client can be able to access the different aspects. Because what we realize, people get the trackers for different reasons. The person who's buying the tracker for their own vehicle and the person getting the tracker for a commercial vehicle, the use is basically different. So for the personal user, they'll more or less concentrate on their personal security. So they'll go to the tracker in the event of a loss or a risk. Let's say you think your vehicle has been stolen. That's when you'll access the tracker. But the commercial vehicle, the person mainly uses it to monitor. Where is my vehicle going to? How is the driver operating this vehicle? If I'd sent him somewhere, did he go there? For which stops did he make along the way? So such features. Yeah.
If such is the case, then we have different needs. Then aside from what it is that Finatrack offers, are there other options where you can get maybe, say, a lower package, crafted as to your need? Yeah.
So what we have are extra benefits. So the standard benefits are key. So the ones I mentioned. So extra are for people sensitive.
Okay.
So let's say someone wants to monitor fuel. So they'll get a fuel monitoring system to actually monitor real-time fuel.
Okay.
So this come at an extra cost, of course. Some people also want to monitor video. So let's say I have a commercial truck. I've told the driver not to be carrying passengers, and you want to monitor that. So we can install even a camera in the cabin and notifies you in the event someone comes in, and you can see the actual face of this person, and you can also do voice monitoring. So you can hear what people are talking within the car.
Okay. How expensive can this be? Okay, well, let's just the general package and now the extras.
So for the general package, they start at 10,000.
All right.
It's a 10,000 fee, which is we offer it at a one-off fee. We used to offer the annual renewals, but since the market had challenges with paying this, so we gave them off at a one-time fee, and all they have to do on their end is load airtime for the SIM card within the tracker. Okay. So whereby airtime of about 100 bob can last you 4 months. So it's very affordable now to the users, and they're able to constantly use the services. For the extra benefits such as the fuel monitoring, those ones are the ones which are a bit expensive because you have to pay around 50,000, a one-off fee, and then you continue loading the airtime. But for video, it's not as expensive, it's about 30. And for voice monitoring, you get that at 15,000. So inclusive now of the tracker and the other features.
All right. Yes. So I march into your office or I have a conversation with Finatrack and we set this up, say the general package. Once I do the one-off thing, I do not have to come back to you.
No, you don't have to come back
unless
to us.
There's that need.
There's a need or you need support.
Okay.
Because sometimes maybe you'd install it in your vehicle had issues, maybe related to wiring, and the tracker is not working, then you can call us.
All right.
Yeah, we come and rectify it and sort that for you.
And before we come to the installation aspect, in the event of accidents, how helpful can this be?
They also help, but they've been very instrumental to insurance. Because some claims are very tricky to solve.
Okay.
Because you can argue your truck rolled or your personal vehicle rolled somewhere, and the insurance will be very suspicious. They'll say, how can we be sure
That if this was the case,
so
you were
it was
not
an
drunk
accident.
and all this.
How can we be sure it's something which happened? So we usually generate these reports. So we are consulted by the investigators investigating the insurance claims, in liaison with the client, and we provide this supporting evidence showing this vehicle has been operating on this route, so it's a genuine accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it really comes into play there. Yeah.
And now let's come to the aspect of installation. And I don't know whether you've had this. You know, sometimes you're buying a car, you probably are taking it to the mechanics or to different sectors, so at least a couple of things, adjustments can be made or things can be fixed. And then you're always told, Chunga, they will put a tracker and then they'll be tracing you a level before you know it, your car is gone. In such an occurrence, what really happens? I mean, what are the measures that are being taken to make sure that, you know, this is a clean sector as opposed to such occurrences playing out? Because, I mean, then there's so much fear that comes along with that. Yeah,
it's actually been a very key problem within the industry. And that's where licensing comes in. So most people are not licensed. Like you can remember I mentioned, we're licensed by the Communication Authority of Kenya.
Yes.
So they really audit our systems and make sure what you're doing is legal and it's ethical. Because what happens, people just go, you see, you find someone tells you, we do installation for these trackers. You don't ask who is this person. Because once they have the system, they can be able to also monitor you. So it's something very key. Before you engage any service provider, do your background check. Make sure they're licensed guys. Yeah. Because for us, we are licensed in such a point that we can also do it for the banks. Okay. Because, for example, do it for cooperative.
For banks, in case someone is taking a loan?
Yeah, in case of asset finance.
Okay. All right.
So the bank has to trust you with their client. So they're telling you, we're giving you the right. Install a tracker for a client. It's securing both the client and the interest of the bank. Right. So in the event we can't locate the client and maybe the loan is in default, we need your help to help us locate this vehicle. In the event the client's vehicle is either stolen or the client has challenges with the vehicle, you also come into place and help the client.
Right. Yeah. So in this case, I'm here, I'm green. Yeah. How do I know that this person is certified or this entity is certified, it is legit to accord me a tracker?
So we have certificates which we renew on an annual basis.
Do you think I'd come to you and tell you, show me your certificate?
Show me your certificate. So it's a challenge, but if you are open, like for us, we share it in soft copy. Okay. Yeah, and it's something which has a reference number. You can easily verify it with Communication Authority of Kenya. And they also publish, by the way, a list on their website. Okay. Yeah, of licensed service providers. So if I give you my name, and you search it on their website, you're supposed to get it there.
All right. Yeah. There you go. I hope you've heard that. That's pretty much a crucial information right there. And because we have left, right, and center, you know, car tracking entities that really can land you into more trouble than you actually expected, as you're thinking that you're catering for the interest or security of your car. So the aspect of installation, and just who, in this case, you say you are a licensed and all that. So when I march into, I don't know where, your office, your yard, or what?
Yeah, so we have 3 locations. Okay. We have a yard at Mlolongo. Our office is at Next Gen Mall, Mombasa Road. And we also have a retail shop in CBD at Star Mall, Tomboya Street. But for the installations, we do it at the convenience of the client. So we go where the vehicle is. Because like for the new vehicles, we go to the yards. If the person owns the vehicle, we can go to their office location or where they live, where they're comfortable. Basically, that's where we go. Okay. Yeah.
So paint a picture now that we're doing it randomly. So here they are, they have come, the people who are supposed to install. Yeah. What am I supposed to expect? What am I supposed to see? Where do they place it and all that?
The placing location usually prefers to be secretive. Because most of the time, unless the client insists they want to see where we're putting the tracker, because what we realized, the main problem is if you're installing a tracker in in your vehicle, for us to reduce the chances or the risk of it being tampered with, is showing people where we've installed this particular device. All right. Because it used to be a challenge before. So let's say we're installing a tracker and the driver is there. Let's say it's a commercial vehicle. This driver, the reason the tracker is being installed is to reduce his chances of doing something illegal. Let's say he used to carry other goods or he used to siphon fuel. Okay. So if he sees us installing this tracker here, in the event he sees that like his boss is really monitoring him, he'll try his best to tamper with our device. Okay. Yeah. So in this case, even the owner of the car. Yeah. So unless he really wants to know, because you don't need the location of the tracker in your vehicle to help
you need the
anything.
app.
You need the app.
Okay.
Yes. So once we install it, for you to verify that we've installed it, we show you on the app. And once the vehicle moves, you see it moving on the app. Yeah. So unless you want to troubleshoot or you want to remove the tracker yourself, because sometimes clients do that, they say, in the event I want to sell this car, I don't want to sell it with my tracker. So then we'll give the information for free.
So after that, then we can come to you and probably we have it removed, or you just give information like you say.
Yeah.
And then I go to a different person so that they can fix that. And once this client does not use it, okay, can they now take that particular tracker to a different vehicle?
Yes.
Or with the same price?
Yeah, what we'll only do is charge them now the installation fee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to be around approximately?
It's around 2,000 shillings.
Okay.
So we've done that a lot with the microfinance organizations. So they tell us, give us a tracker. We're giving this person a loan for 6 months. After the 6 months, come and remove this tracker. If you get another client, install the same tracker. Okay. So they cut on the cost now of owning of buying a new device. Yes.
That's pretty much okay. All right. So if such can be pretty much okay, and is there a scenario where one can say, I want to confine my vehicle into a certain area, that it does not go past Nairobi, that it does not go past, I don't know what place, you say, it should always be around Nairobi? Yeah,
so that's what we call geofencing. So you can set the perimeters through the app and say, once my vehicle leaves this certain locality, I'm alerted. So once you get the alert, now you take the necessary measure on your side. You either call the person with the vehicle. If you want to stop the vehicle, you stop the vehicle.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you do that, and once it leaves and it comes back, you're also alerted. Yeah.
And so it gives you details of every single step that your car took, the route and all that?
Yeah. Every single location.
Okay, so you can sit down in the evening and say,
even if it's your hobby, unafika jioni kwa nyumba, switch on your computer or on your phone, you view everywhere this person went, where they stopped, for how long they stopped there, the speed they were moving at, where did they overspeed, where did they stop? Yeah, you get all this information.
After this has been installed, how do I get the application on my phone or on my gadget? And can you have them across all the gadgets that you probably have?
Yes. Our app is available on both Android and iOS, and for the other devices, it's accessible through the website browser. Yeah. So we just give the client the name. Our company is called Finatrack. So once you search Finatrack in any of these applications, you'll get the app. Okay. So simply download and install, and then we send you your username and your password. Yes.
All right. Say I'm abroad. Am I able to track?
Yes. We actually track it for a lot of people who are abroad.
Oh, okay. So
because as this person has traveled and really wants to know if my vehicle is being used and how it's being used, they're easily able to track. Yeah.
All right. So much of car tracking and all that. Let's probably just speak to the people in terms of the importance of this, because not a majority of people would see the essence of having a car tracker. Yeah. Same applies to individuals who can. It's just that it's been made mandatory.
Yes.
At some point in time, if you own a car, you have to have an insurance and everything. But given a choice, people would say, well, I do not anticipate an accident, and therefore I do not need to get an annual cover and all that. Just how important is it for one to have a car tracker?
I think it's really critical. The first benefit is purely the peace of mind, even just without thinking about the theft aspect. Yeah. So, for example, at any given point, you see the feeling of comfort which you get when you're sure where your phone is. Like right now, if I asked you where your phone is, you can really be sure. It's either on your desk, on your phone, or on your pocket. You're really sure about that. That's what we give with our car tracker. So like now if I ask you, where is your car? You'll think it's in the parking lot, but can you really guarantee me it's there? How sure are you? Yeah. It's there. Yeah. So the surety is the same surety which you give you when you know your phone is in your pocket. The same surety we give you of the location of your vehicle. That's true. Real time, you can easily see and point out, and I'm sure my vehicle is in this particular location. What makes people not embrace it so much is the probability of these extreme events happening. Okay. So it's sure the rate at which vehicles are being stolen, it's not a high chance that your vehicle will be stolen at any particular point, but it's always good to have that peace of mind and being sure about where the location of the vehicle is, and you being able to get the control remotely. So in the event anything happens, you're sure you can be able to switch off your vehicle when you're not there.
For control
Yes.
purposes, now that you speak of it, and remotely,
Yeah.
how then important is it for one to be keen now with the gadgets that they're using to control this?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's my phone that has, you know, the app here, how keen should I be with my phone? Or then I can easily let loose and not worry because there are passwords and all that, and so someone cannot be able to track or maybe just control my car.
Yeah, so it's secured by your PIN. So we have a special password for you, and someone cannot switch off the vehicle without using your password.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So even if your phone is stolen, the person can't have control over your vehicle. Yes.
All right, Joseph, I think it's only fair that we take a quick breather,
Yeah.
and then we come back, you know, towards the last minutes, probably just discuss more on how important it is for you to make sure that your car is well secured. Things that we actually take lightly,
Yeah, true.
but the few who've gone through this tough moment of losing you know, their cars, they would tell you how important it is. I don't know whether we feel like we should get to points where maybe this can be made mandatory, but of course we get to answer that after the short break.
True.
Welcome back to the broadcast. We are in that conversation where we just get to understand how best you can make sure that your vehicle is well secured, as we understand more about car tracking and other options that are available for making sure that, you know, you have, you know, that security aspect for your vehicles. A conversation, of course, being driven by me alongside Joseph Muongi, who's the founder of Finatrack Global Limited. And as we delve deep into understanding this, we've gotten a gist of what Finatrack does and how important it is for you to go out there and, you know, have a track on your vehicle and some of the nitty-gritty details that need to be known. But there's always that essence of, you know, fear of the unknown, lack of knowledge as to what really goes into this process before you even decide that I want a car tracker installed, you know, on my car. So I'll, you know, task Joseph to take us through that process, maybe just a random painting of a picture of what it is that, you know, is incorporated into the aspect of setting a car track or just generally having a car track installed in one's car.
Okay, so once we've installed the device, from our end we are able now to configure it and make sure it's online, and we create for you your username and your password.
Okay.
And once we've done that, the next step is for you now to download the app. If you're using an Android phone, just go to Play Store, search our name, Finatrack, download and install the app, and then using the login details. If you're using an iPhone, just go to the App Store, same process, download and install the app, and log into your account.
Okay.
If you're using the browser, just type in our address, which is www.finatrackgps.com.
This could be for Finatrack. Is it something that could be standard across?
Yeah.
You know, any moment one would want to have a car track?
No,
they're different?
They're different.
Okay.
Actually, they're different companies. So most companies don't have the apps.
The apps,
The
okay.
apps, mainly because of the cost of development and what goes into developing the actual app. So the traditional trackers used to rely purely on SMS. So you either call the SIM card on the tracker, and then the SIM card will reply with a location of where your vehicle is. So the main disadvantage is this: you couldn't get additional information. So let's say you wanted to see where your vehicle was yesterday, you can't see that. You can only see what's happening in the present.
Okay.
So I can say only a few companies have the systems in place for using them, and the companies which don't have, they usually host it on different service providers. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
For purposes of a person who is doing this for the very first time, the doubting Thomases, the inquisitive ones, you know, one would want to know, what am I getting myself into?
Yeah.
Before you even say it's all right, we've gotten to that level of installing,
Yeah.
you know, the car tracker. What goes into that? What, you know, what would it take for them to get to understand and have the confidence that this is worth a deal?
Okay. So for that, we really target the practicality aspect. So instead of us telling you all our features, because there's no company which will come to you and say we don't offer good services. So what we do is we give you a demo account, which is free. So once you download our app or visit our website, there's a demo link Once you click on the demo link, you are able to see.
Are we able to see it?
Yeah. We can access it right now.
All right. Well, in a few, once we have the camera facing on that direction, then we can actually go into just looking at what exactly Finatrack has to offer. And I'd want to assume that, well, like he says, it's a little bit different from other, car tracking companies. But just getting the basics of this would probably just give us a clear picture of what to expect in the event that you are to set up or the same. And so if you take us through, please.
Okay. So once you type in our address, you'll reach the website. So I hope it's live.
I hope we're able to get that. Yes, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, so once you log in, there's a demo link just below login, the login tab.
Yes.
Once you click on demo, it will open the demo page.
All right.
And show you the real-time, the real features now of the particular tracker.
And so as we're trying to have that load, there you go. Is this exactly what to expect? All right.
Yes. So you can see the trackers in different countries.
Right.
So that was what I was mentioning earlier. So from wherever you are, you're able to track the vehicle, irrespective of the location.
Of the location.
Yes. And so let's say we choose a vehicle. We can actually zoom in and choose this one in Zambia.
Okay.
So once we click on it, you can notice you're getting now the real-time location, saying it has been static for 40 minutes.
Okay.
The external power is on, the engine is off, and the vehicle voltage, real-time.
All right.
At this particular
So this is a vehicle that is in Zambia right now as we speak?
Zambia right now, yes.
So you are just in Kenya, or you are...
We track globally.
You track globally, but then your entity is in Kenya. It's based in Kenya.
We're registered in Kenya.
Okay.
Yes.
So one can come, register in Kenya, have their car tracker fixed in Kenya. Now any vehicle that goes across the different parts of...
You'll be able to see it.
Okay.
You'll be able to see it. And we also provide our trackers to guys in the different countries. So some people can say in this country, we have technicians here. We can send them our trackers. They install it on their end, and you configure their accounts from where we are.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, pretty much interesting right there. Is that the main thing that we'd want us to see, or there's anything else that would be very important?
You can also do a demo of the playback, what we were mentioning earlier.
So this is live after...
No, the historic location.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's say for this vehicle, we want to see where it was yesterday. So we can just go, choose the time. So it was 8th. So you set up the date, the time.
Yeah,
the time. Okay. And then just click play. So on the map, you can see it will show you real time.
Okay.
How it was moving, and if I zoom, you'll be able to see also the speed which it was moving. And once it's done, it will show you the total kilometers covered.
Okay.
Yeah.
By this particular vehicle. All right. Well, you definitely want such a scenario where you can monitor your car. And so if waizi wameishika, then it's pretty much easy to go and get a hold of them.
It's really easy, and as you can see, it's actually user-friendly. Because that was one of the key things, because most of the system were really complicated.
Yes.
Unless you're an IT guy or a really specialized guy in tech, it was very difficult for you to operate the systems. So we actually made our system really easy to use and user-friendly. Even if you've never used a computer before, something with 2-3 clicks, you're able to do what you need to do.
Okay.
Yes.
And sometimes we really have fear of that, even with the CCTV cameras, at least times are changing.
Yes,
the very first moments, it was really hard to track anything that has taken center stage. So I would want to assume that we also have additional security factors or additional security ways of making sure that your car is well catered for, and that's why sometimes someone would say, well, let me overlook the car tracking aspect and go for this one. So what are these other ones that are available? And if you choose to probably have 2-3 incorporated, how do they complement each other, or how do they complement the tracker aspect?
Yeah, true. We are really practical. So the tracker is not the only solution required. So there are obviously the simpler solutions which we should take in place even before thinking about having this particular track. So the simple ones are some things such as the central locking system. So you find vehicles, mainly the older models, and also the commercial vehicles have this problem. So once you switch off the vehicle and you lock the door, the driver's door, it doesn't automatically lock the other doors.
Yes.
So it's actually a very key challenging area. So it exposes your vehicle to unnecessary risks, because if you're in a hurry, and you just switch off the vehicle, you lock your driver's door. you're exposing the other one. It's actually open. So it's actually something which we noticed where we have our yard at Mlolongo. So you could find if a truck is parked on the side of the road, the driver's door is locked. There's a high probability the passenger side is not locked. Yeah. So we have something called a central locking system, which you can really incorporate mainly for the pickups and the older vehicles. So once you lock your door through the main door, it locks all the others. The next is obviously something such as the car alarm. So the car alarm system, it's really a deterrent for theft. That's the main use of the car alarm. So the event someone is trying to break into your vehicle, the alarm sets off, and they panic, or it raises alert. Maybe there are security guys, people moving around, catches their attention. Yes, and you can also incorporate something such as the cutoff. So the cutoff is a button which is hidden within the vehicle, which has to be pressed for the vehicle to be switched on. Yes.
All right. In this case then, and you have a car truck, say, and you notice that there is a problem, probably at night. Within the system, your system, and generally, there are systems where, you know, now the actual security aspect can be incorporated, that maybe it would raise an alarm to the right individuals if it's the police, and then they're able to know that, well, Linda's car is in trouble, and therefore we now have to come and help her. Because again, in as much as today I am a lady, I know that, oh, someone has just touched on my car. There's really nothing much I can do because there's also fear for life, you know, and so you'd rather let the car, you know, of course, with the thieves, or decide to go and also endanger yourself.
So we've tried to partner a lot with the security agencies, mainly the police, because we also had the challenge before, because if you tell us your vehicle is stolen and we can track it, and we are chasing after these guys, maybe we've switched off the vehicle. So we reach there, we are unarmed, the people are armed. You see, it's exposing us to a huge risk. So the first thing we usually recommend, once an incident happens, first communicate with the nearest security agency within your particular area. Even if it's the private security guards, they have the numbers of the local police within that particular area. So, and this is something which we task the vehicle owner with also, because instead of you first reaching us and us trying to locate a police within your locality, it's always good. Take the proactive approach, get some of these few contacts, because they really come in handy. Because one of the main challenges with such a theft scenario is our time to respond. Because we can switch off the vehicle, yes, but your vehicle maybe is in another county. Let's say we're here in Nairobi, the theft has happened in Mombasa. So we will try and really coordinate fast. But if you are in Mombasa, notify us and also notify the local authorities there. It's really easier for us to solve the matter. And also another thing, with our app, you can give the security agencies the login details, because we do this a lot. So let's say it's a theft. It has happened in Maimahiu. You've contacted police there. So they ask you, where's the vehicle? So instead of you always on the phone with them, just tell them, just go to your browser, type in this, use this username and this password. You'll see the vehicle location. And after the whole scenario is over, you just change your password.
You change your password. All right. And speaking of which then, one would want to know, you said that you prefer having the tracker, you know, at a point where, well, people are not well conversant. I don't know whether it would be wise to speak of this. What are some of the spots where, you know, trackers can be put in a car? Can we talk about that?
So it's supposed to be concealed. So it's a secret. You're not supposed to share
but it can be put anywhere?
It can be put anywhere within the vehicle. So there are common locations. I'll mention this because it's common knowledge. So people put it within the dashboard. So in the event of theft, and you know the different level of thieves, there's the advanced type of thieves. You know, these guys are thugs who've studied the system. So the first thing, even before they move your vehicle when they've stolen it, they dismantle the dashboard. Look for this truck. If they're suspecting there's a truck. So the thing is concealing it at an obvious location where or sometimes we do this, we install about 2 or 3 trackers for clients who want. So these are clients who've experienced firsthand, and because most of such thefts are also in collusion with guys inside the companies. So maybe there's an insider who already shared the information that this vehicle has a truck. So the first thing they'll do is dismantle and locate this truck. So once they remove it, you get an alert, of course. And the good thing about our tracker, even if it's removed, it still sends you the location. And also an alert of where it has been removed, and it has a backup battery. So it will continue showing the location until the battery goes off,
Right.
which is about 3 hours. So it gives you a span of time, unless now they remove it and throw it. But it will show you where they removed it from and sends you a real-time alert that it has been removed.
All right.
Yes.
And when you say it will show me, in this case then, does it as well show you? Or it has to be now private for me?
Yeah, it's usually private for the vehicle owner. No, unless
now we want to get the history.
Yes, or you want to share with us, because there are some people who we do for fleet management.
Okay.
So for them, you are tasked with also monitoring on a constant basis. Because if we've installed about 3,000 trackers, we can't be on a daily basis monitoring each of these trackers. So the alerts are sent directly to the vehicle owner. But we can also see them from our end, but we have to look. So you tell us your vehicle has an incident, we go through our system, we'll see the alert which was sent to you. Yes.
All right. You speak of, specialists who can actually tamper with this.
Yeah.
What more is being done to make sure that, this becomes a game of the past? Because you see, if I am certainly, having someone who's pretty much well aware and conversant with these processes, then again, there's that feel that I don't have my car, secured in totality.
Yeah.
So what is being done? I mean, are we having advanced ways of making sure that, these rogue individuals are not able to tamper with the systems?
Yeah. So one of the key areas is also looking at the personnel involved. Because if your vehicle is being tampered with, that's probably a trained person. So it's a trained person gone rogue. Because if the person knows how to disable a tracker and restore the vehicle power to normalcy now without the tracker, that's a trained technician, of course. And we usually even try and train these technicians, because most of them are contracted.
Okay.
And it's something which I always trying to educate them. And some do it knowingly and some do it unknowingly. So we can have a technician who is called randomly by anyone.
Okay.
They tell them, I've heard you do car tracking. My vehicle was installed a tracker a long time ago by a finance organization, and I'm done with the loan. I want to remove the tracker. Can you come and remove it for me? So in real sense, this is a thug, but posing as the vehicle owner. So the technician will come in, locate the tracker, and remove it. Without realizing he has assisted in a vehicle theft and criminal activity. But someone also contracted, knowing what they're doing. They're told, we've taken this vehicle for a particular place, we just need you to remove this tracker, we'll give you 10,000. Those are also doing it knowingly. So we really try and train the technicians, ours and also generally within the market, about the responsibilities, held by what they know. Because that's really abuse of your knowledge. Yes.
Okay. And so speaking of which, I have bought a car today. And I probably do not know whether,
it has a tracker.
So what do I do? Because sometimes you actually do not need the tracker. But you also have rogue individuals around this area, and now they're tracking your car. How do you know that this car does not have a tracker? How do I confidently get it out of the yard, knowing that it is mine and nobody's following me?
That really becomes tricky, because it's actually what I've also mentioned to you. Because when you come to us, we really have to verify if it's true you're actually the vehicle owner of this particular vehicle, because it's actually gender biased. It's not just, we can't say just men or women are involved in this theft. We've had cases of women calling, we've had cases of men calling. You say, I bought this vehicle today, and we ask you, okay, then show us the logbook. You say, I've bought it today, so that means the logbook is not transferred to my name. So for such cases, we really try and avoid.
Oh, so you have to wait until...
we tell you, it's good, it's business. We're not refusing the business, but we have a moral obligation. Okay. Because in the event what you're telling us is a lie, and this thing goes maybe to court, we'll be called in. That's and you're a licensed professional, so you've been involved in this crime. Actually, our license will simply be cancelled also. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. So we really take the break. We tell you, if you've bought it, so these guys are really thugs who sold you this vehicle. Go and park it, wait 2-3 days. After NTSA have done the transfer, even if it's on Teams alone, let alone the physical logbook, we'll come in. Okay. We send 2 or 3 technicians. We go through your vehicle thoroughly, ensure the thing is pure. And if now you need us to install one for you, we'll do that for you also. Okay. Yes.
All right. And so it's pretty much easy to know when the tracker has been tampered with. It's all right. One cannot know where it's been placed. But in the process of just cleaning the car, servicing the car, you can easily tell when it's tampered with. In the event
Yeah.
it's tampered with, do I come back to you at an extra charge, or that can just be fixed?
For the simple problems, we do that for free.
Okay.
Because we also try and build that customer support, such that when you know you have a problem, you can call on us. Usually do that for free. We even replace some of the devices for free.
Okay.
And then educate the vehicle owner on where the problem is. Because some guys, you know, what the people offering services to them may not be competent, not related to a tracker. Let's say your vehicle has a problem with the wiring. So you call a technician. The technician comes and connects all wires wrongly there, shorts the thing. So for such, we can come replace it, but now inform you where the problem is coming in, and you take corrective measures on your end. Because the next time such a thing happens, now we'll have to charge you. Yes.
All right. Well, in the event that my car is being searched, and I know a lot, there are people who would put their cars on car hire, someone takes it and they go and do something, some things that are probably not good. So in such scenarios, how does this tracker then come in handy to help?
So those are one of the key challenges which was mentioning earlier. Because if this person has the luxury of going through this car comfortably, without, you know, if someone who is stealing it, this person is in a hurry.
Yes.
Yeah. But if someone has hired your car and told you, I'm staying with this car for 1 week and I've paid you, and this guy has the comfort of looking the whole day. And if he has a qualified technician, wiring technician, they can easily comb through the whole vehicle and try and locate the tracker. So the key advantage which we offer there is either we sell you 2 trackers, one which is magnetic, which is not powered. It's very easy to hide because once the wiring technician, what they're looking for is for a wire. So if they get the wired one, they'll be done with their job.
Okay.
And an extra thing which we do, for the wired one, once it's disconnected, you get an alert immediately.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. On your end now?
Oh, yes.
Or I get an alert?
You can also get an alert. We'll get the alert on our system.
Okay.
But since you have the app directly, you're also prompted because you're the one who knows what you're doing with the vehicle.
Yes.
Because in some cases, before we used to get all the alerts, but we realized we were disturbing even the client. Because sometimes it's the vehicle battery which has gone low.
Okay.
Or the vehicle owner is replacing the battery.
Right.
So once you disconnect the main power supply to a tracker, you get an alert. Irrespective it's a wiring or the main battery is disconnected. So that's why we give the right to the vehicle owner. So if you're the one replacing your battery and you get the alert, you know it's me.
Okay.
If it's from the other end, now you get suspicious and you follow up now with the person.
And therefore you said that one can confidently say, it's all right, I want to sell this car. I really do not need to have this tracker here, and I want to put it on a different car. And therefore, even without coming to you, they can easily get a technician that is going to switch that.
So now we have to advise the technician, as long as he's a qualified technician.
Okay.
Because what we're doing in the market, for us, we've trained technicians. So if a company doesn't have a technician within our area, they can get one of our technicians to do the installation for them. And we also do it vice versa. Because let's say you're in a county where we don't have a physical presence there, but there's a company which is also there. Yeah. So we use their qualified technicians to do the installation for us. So as long as they're also certified, of course. Yeah.
All right. How well are people receiving this? And probably, do you suppose it should go to levels where it's going to be mandatory for every car to have a tracker?
No, I wouldn't say it should be mandatory, because I also believe in the freedom. Because you see, sometimes people say something should be mandatory because it's benefiting you. Because there are some people who will install this tracker for them, but they really won't get the value. Because if I install a tracker for you and you never look, you never take action, you see, it doesn't add value for you. So it's something you're just doing for regulatory purposes. Something like what we have in the commercial vehicles right now, the speed governor. So for the speed governor, the vehicle owner doesn't have value in this speed governor. But it's purely for regulatory purposes. When you're going for inspection, that's why even people go and check, has the speed governor been working throughout the whole year? You see? So for the track, it's something which will be a personal initiative. So the main challenge, I think, it's first the ignorance. People don't understand this thing. They don't see the value in it. Something it's overhyped. Something it can't offer any meaningful information. So what I'll recommend is for people first to learn. And that's why we give the demo. So if you're really accessing this, something which you can see, will this add value to me? And if it won't add value to you, there's no need of getting it. But if it will add value to you, it's really something good to have.
Let's talk privacy before we close. And today I have a car tracker. I am the one who's using the car, and I have some private business to conduct. What do? I switch off the system or what? Because you know, sometimes again it's a family affair, and we're not trying to teach people to be bad here. But sometimes you really want that privacy, and therefore you don't want someone, you know, having the luxury of being able to track the movements.
So what
or once you have installed the tracker, forget about privacy.
No, you know, privacy is relative.
Okay.
Privacy is relative. Let's say, for instance, if it's voice monitoring. I think that will be key to privacy. For voice monitoring, you're the only one who can monitor voice. Even us from our end, we can't monitor voice for you. Because once we've locked your number in the system, our number is removed. So you're the only one who can monitor voice. But location is always captured. The same as your phone. You came with your phone here today, it knows your location right now, at this particular point. Yeah, you see? So, but for me to get that information, you have to give me the right. Let's say you have to look to your history on your phone, or either an additional service provider. Let's say you're using a Safaricom line, then they can pinpoint you, or a government agency can pinpoint your location.
Is there a way I can switch off my gadgets and say it's all right now?
For the tracker?
Yes.
No, for our trackers, no. No, unless now you disconnect the power. You disconnect the power and wait for the tracker to go off and then go on with the business.
So for you to, all right.
So the privacy bit, because that's why we've given you all the access. No, unless you've shared the app with someone else, then they can monitor you. So if you want to remove that control from them, just change the password now on your end.
And what if I do not top up? You said it's like on credit basis. What if I...
The airtime. Yes. So if you don't top up the airtime once it's over, the device will be offline.
So
when it's offline, it's not tracking you.
So this time around I can say that
privacy,
you can say your
privacy. The privacy will apply, but you'll also not be exposing yourself now to the risk, similar to the one who doesn't have a track.
You are a business person, you'll definitely tell us that. Joseph Muongi, founder of Finatrack Global Limited, thank you so much for speaking to us this morning. Your parting shots as we close.
So for us, first of all, I'll recommend guys to check us out, of course. Wouldn't insist of them buying, but first just check it out. It's free.
I will send my invoice.
So once you experience it, I think it's something which you'll see the value in it. Apply with it for some time. Look at all the features. You know, once you have the luxury of going or scrutinizing something before you buy it, it's actually better than you buying it and finding it not meeting your expectations. And if they have any queries, they can visit our website, which is www.finatrack.co.ke, or they can also call us directly through our phone number 0723 645 810. And we're also actually in the social media platforms. You just search for our name, Finatrack Global Limited. You can easily interact from there.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Our polite reminder, it is good to take up, you know, this and make sure that your vehicle is secured.
True.
Really important. And on that very note, we close it up on this particular segment. We get to a different one. We hit the gym for a moment. It is Thursday. We say Fitness Thursday. Them tips. If you're at home working remotely, it's really important that you keep fit. When I say those people who are working at home, they're extremely big because it's been eating and relaxing and eating and relaxing. So we need you to shed off some calories on Fitness Thursday. That is with Shadi from Physique Gym after this short break.